We're breaking down anything and everything Utica City FC related. This is the Keeper's Corner podcast with your hosts, Matt Sterling and Brandon Brooks. Let's get into it. What up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Keeper's Corner podcast. Matt and Brandon are back for the penultimate time this season, because there's only 2 games left to play in this weekend, and there will be no playoffs in Utica.
Definitely made it sound like you said penultimate, like penal, and not like penultimate. I thought you did it on purpose, and I was going to give you a bunch of credit for that one, but I don't think it was.
I have had that one rolling around my head all day. Well aware of the pun that it sounded like. Yes, but no, yes, it does, but it's not intended as a pun.
Yeah, I'll take it anyway.
And you've known me long enough to know that I intend my puns.
Yeah, you do.
I mean, it's why I'm hoping for a better season next year and that we retain him, because I may have a penal idea.
I hope so. That's going to be the tough part, I think.
Yeah, retaining talent is going to be key. We'll talk about that some other time, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe not. I don't know. It's going to depend on a lot of things.
We have a very exhausting weekend to discuss.
Yes, we do. Friday night, Utica went out to Milwaukee, a place they've never won, and they continued to not win there. Hunter House was back in goal, and you saw why he's been playing at M2 instead of M1, and how important it is to have a goalkeeper that is intimately familiar with defense around him.
Yeah. Neither one of us were pessimistic enough on that one.
No.
Oh, man. Did not expect that.
No, 17-2. I mean, it was 8-0 at the half. Again, there's not much to say. And honestly, we're both pretty burned out just from life and the season in general. So we're going to be skipping a few things here probably these last 2 weeks. Like we're not giving a stat that tells the story. The stat's right there. It's 17-2.
Yeah.
You can figure it out.
Well, I will say this about it, though. Just a quick little thing. It was right on track to be another St. Louis ambush loss. Because, I mean, you know, they were 13-0 for us, and we scored at 12-0. So it was right on track. I'm amazed that, I mean, I'm happy at least it wasn't another shutout. But, God, I can't believe I just had to say that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it literally the fact that Milwaukee broke a record for most goals scored in a single game for them ever is insane. So, yeah, just unfortunately not a good game. Not a good game at all.
Nope. And then by the time they made the switch to Andrew Taylor, it was never going to matter.
Yeah. Too little, too late, unfortunately.
Yeah. Maybe, hopefully the guys had some good beer and fried cheese curds while they were out there.
That's all we can ask for.
Because at least if they have a good restaurant picked out, they know where they can go to after this weekend's game back out there to close the season. Hey, food, beer, friends, that's sometimes the best medicine.
You know, you're not
I
wrong.
said as someone who doesn't drink.
You are not wrong. You know.
It's worse than we expected, but still the outcome we expected.
Yeah, I mean, it was still on track for what we anticipated was going to happen. I mean, neither one of us had them and had us winning, so it's not like there was a big surprise there. And unfortunately, we just weren't pessimistic enough. You know, it was quite literally, you know, it was basically a shooting gallery, and we were downrange. Our goal was downrange.
Milwaukee got held to 3 points by, or 3 goals by Empire the week before, so I was a little less pessimistic than you, thinking like, oh, Empire's struggling to hang on for that playoff spot. They were able to pull off the upset. Maybe Utica can make it interesting for a while. Ugh. Uh,
Yeah. No, it was. I mean, I'll flat out admit I didn't even watch this game,
mhm.
and because I was at, for those that don't know, where we live, there was my high school was doing their musical of Spam-A-Lot, Monty Python Spam-A-Lot, and I'm sorry, I had a much better time there because I got home, I saw the score, and I burst out laughing. I was just in my living room, just started laughing. I'm like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah, and yeah, I was working and would have loved to continue to had made it to Spam a lot this weekend. I mentioned last week we were running a little tight ship because of the guy on vacation.
Yep, yep.
This week, some other events outside of work forced us to run a very limited ship again, and I am poof,
You know,
burned is the best way to put it.
the last thing I'll say about the Milwaukee game is this game was kind of like the beginning part of Spam-A-Lot, and Milwaukee, we were the guy dancing around, I'm not dead yet, and then Milwaukee was the guy with the shovel that bashed us on the back of the head, said, "Yes, you are." Well, now he's dead.
Oh, Lancelot,
Yes, Lancelot.
who likes
Correct.
to dance a lot.
He does like to dance a lot.
Mhm.
You forgot the part where it was repeatedly.
And singing, just ba-da-da-da-da-da.
Full disclosure, they did a really good job, so just
I
putting
would
that
have
out
loved to
there.
have seen it.
It was fantastic.
I saw it when it came through Utica a few years back, and I'm
Same.
upset with myself that I didn't pay attention to who was the cast for the tour this year because they were playing Schenectady on the national tour,
Ah.
and King Arthur is played by a voice actor from who I know from One Piece.
No kidding. Nice.
Yes, yeah.
Anyway, sorry. I kind of worked that in a little bit. It was that because Milwaukee basically put the nail in our coffin for our season. Not that really we really had any expectations beyond no playoffs, but still.
Well, after that, what you just always look on the bright side of life.
Yes. Yes.
And yeah, that's all I think either of us wants to say about this game.
That's about hits the nail on the head.
So take it to Sunday. Utica at home, final home game of the year. Opened up with the team awards as they do before every final home game. I don't think there were many shocks to this at all.
No.
Sergio Pinal, team MVP.
I mean, yeah, stat wise, absolutely.
He needs 1 point in these final 2 games to be a 40-point scorer. No shock there.
Yeah, he's on the chase for the pass master. He's like within one.
He's got like what, 20 assists, 19
21
goals, 21 assists, 21 and 18. Yeah.
According to the MASL thing that they put up, he's right up there. He's like right up there for pass master. I think they said that. Yeah, I think the highest is 22 and he's 21, so he's right there.
Defensive player of the year, Brian Wilkin. No shock. We've seen the difference when he's not in goal.
Yeah. I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve it. What I was a little... I understand that you kind of lumping in defensive player or keeper as a defensive player. I get that, but I feel like usually defensive player goes to someone on defense, not a keeper.
I think Coughlin won it a couple of years.
Yeah, I think so too. But I mean, 100% well deserved, like, because he also plays outside the net. So I don't disagree that he should have gotten it if keepers were included in that, but I don't know. That was my initial thought, but he deserved it. He's at 21. Thank you, Jack. Appreciate it.
Okay. I don't know. Did you hear the puppy get kicked, or was that just did the mic not pick it up?
Didn't even come through?
Thank God.
Sweet.
Breakout player with the most heart, Kyle Genrich.
Oh, yeah.
Seemed to become a fan favorite very quickly.
Mm-hmm. He has been stellar. Like, he's Rafa, basically. So he's what we needed.
And Community Service Award, Gordy Gerson.
No question.
Every time there's something coming up for the community, you see him around in the pictures for it. And, as a guy that's come from the Midwest, spent some time on the West Coast, then down in Florida, ended up in Utica a few years ago, and now he has made it his home.
Mm-hmm.
So he's definitely taken to the city as much as the fans took to him.
Absolutely.
Well-deserved by everyone all around. I don't really think there's much else to say about that.
No, I mean, it pretty much speaks for itself.
Yeah, it's not really a tight race with most of them, I would say. And then we'll talk about the game that Brandon was very happy, sad with. Well, I was just, yeah, that's probably what was going to happen with.
Yeah.
That was the game against Empire, where Mr. Security Blanket over there got to watch his backup team qualify for the playoffs.
I mean, everybody's got to have a plan B.
No, I'd rather just be miserable.
I mean, look, it's not like I've made it a big secret that Empire is absolutely my second team. Now, what I have said in the past is that in most situations, I will take Utica over Empire all day because these guys are my team. They are, I know them, most of them personally. Like, I will always back these guys. This was like the only exception because I knew that the points meant more to Empire than they did to us. And so it's like, I had to kind of roll with it and go with Empire, which I'm glad I did.
Yeah, I just like watching, chaos.
Because
anything to make this last weekend of the season a little more interesting.
Yeah.
Because seeding's fine, but it's not the same as these teams are still fighting for that last spot.
Yeah. It took the thrill out of this coming weekend because now Tacoma has no chance. And all they would have had to do, potentially before, they would have had to beat the Blast and have the Ambush do their job for the very last game of the season. And now it's just like, okay, this next weekend is sort of a formality.
Mm-hmm.
It was good to see Isak score, though. He had a nasty goal. Miss seeing him.
I guess the one thing I would talk about really with this one is the mystery boxes that were very popular.
Yeah.
And sold out in about 11 minutes.
Yep.
And just how I think they were mismanaged.
Me too.
And that is because I saw multiple people saying that, I got one for my two kids. I bought 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, well, okay. Your season ticket holders feel like they've gotten the short end of the stick for years now. You could have, one, just raffled them off to season ticket holders, but you should have done it by account. Like, I own 5 tickets. I have the same chance as someone that owns 1 ticket.
Or the first, starting at 2:00, when the doors open, and advertise this. Say that you're doing this. First half hour, all sales we're only selling them to season ticket members. After the first half hour,
limiting it at 1.
There was a
Correct.
limit, supposedly, but it wasn't enforced because I talked to someone who went in after the fact when they were already gone, and they were told that there was a limit of 4. But I know very well that people got more than that. So
Because you split up your party, and it's like, well, I can get 4, and then they can get 4.
exactly,
Yeah,
it's like
poorly run. Jack, I'm going to disagree with that. 5 teams within 2 points for the Shield. The regular season means nothing. It doesn't. Number 1 seed, whoop-de-doo. I mean, home field is nice. That's about all that matters. But considering the championship is decided in the postseason and not the regular season, it's just kind of like, well, you did good. Good for you.
I'm going to disagree with you on this.
I'm sure you were.
Because all right, so this was actually I'm just going to jump ahead because I'm assuming that there's not really much we're going to cover for the Empire game. I was actually going to propose, who do we think is going to be the top seed officially? And the reason,
San Diego.
I don't know about that. I could absolutely see St. Louis, and that is a stretch, but I could absolutely see it because, number one, out of everybody, they probably have the easiest schedule for the next 2 games, I think, because they play us at home and they play the Strikers in Ontario. So San Diego plays the Comets in a home and home. So they're going to be, in Cable Dahmer and then in their own house. And then Tacoma plays Baltimore at home. So I think they have a very good chance. I think Baltimore has a very good chance of winning that game. And Milwaukee basically plays us. So I could see Milwaukee getting 3 points. I could see Blast getting 3 points and tying it up again. I see Kansas City and the Soccer splitting the series. And so nothing really changes there. There may even be an overtime thrown in there, which is going to really throw a wrench in the whole thing. But I see... I could see the ambush leaping everybody because, I mean, you saw what St. Louis did to us for the second game. We lost the first game to them as well. And Empire, the ambush have beaten both home and away. They lost to them, I believe, in overtime for their most recent game. But before that, they basically have a 2-1 in the series. So genuinely, I could see ambush leapfrogging everybody and taking home the Shield, which would be a huge boon for them going into the postseason. Do I think they win the Ron Newman Cup? No. Do I think they at least get to go home with the Shield, which is sort of the consolation prize of, hey, at least you get something to celebrate. It may not be the Ron Newman Cup, but you get to, celebrate that you took the season. Yeah, I think that's a great thing for them to be able to celebrate. And I could see it happening. So
yeah, maybe it's just.
Plus, I like an underdog, like you said last week.
I like an underdog, but I think it's just the competitor in me where ultimately that Shield doesn't mean anything. So it's like, yeah, that's nice. I don't care. I want the cup.
Yeah.
Kind of like winning, March Madness is going on, and every conference has a regular season champion, and that means nothing. You have to win your conference tournament at the end to get an automatic bid to the big dance.
Yeah.
It's a nice little, well, we could hang it in our rafters and show off that we were good for a year.
Yeah, I mean, I actually was going to go back. I want to go back and look at some point and see when St. Louis took home the Shield last, if ever. Like, I would
Well,
love
they only
to find
introduced
that
the
out.
Shield a couple of years ago,
Fair enough. So, still,
which if you're prone to conspiracies
God.
and, you like gossip and the BS that goes on in the message boards online around the league, the Shield was introduced because San Diego would keep winning in the regular season and being atop the table, but couldn't get it done in the postseason.
How's that gone?
They've been winning and atop the table in the regular season for a lot of the year and many of the past
I was going to
few
say the last
years.
couple of years they haven't taken home the Shield because that was.
And then they've gotten Chihuahua the last three.
So, I don't know. That's just my thought. Like, I genuinely could see. I could see St. Louis taking home the Shield. Like, I could see them leapfrogging from 5th all the way up to 1st. It's definitely possible.
Yeah, possible and plausible are two different things.
Mm.
It's possible somebody gets a perfect bracket and wins the $1 billion that's up every year. Is it plausible? No, you're more likely to win the lottery like 500 times in a row before that happens.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, to me, it's just based on their schedule and based on their records, but from the last few teams. And if they see the writing on the wall that they could get first seed and get a first round bye, why not?
Mm-hmm.
So,
buys can bite teams in the butt. You get that week off, and instead of being fresh, they end up rusty.
Yep, agreed.
All right, so it was a 5-3 game. Not much to talk about. Wasn't terrible going into the half, but then once Empire started to pull away, it just opened up. There were a couple desperation goals at the end that you like to see. Just hey, well, we didn't give up at the end of it.
Nope.
But it was never going to be enough to come back.
Yeah, just it was kind of a par for the course season, unfortunately.
Kind of
a par for the course game.
Kind of a great surrogate for the entire season, I would say, which is not a lot of flash. It wasn't terrible,
yeah,
but it's not the result you wanted, and it wasn't exactly unexpected.
Yeah, agreed. Sorry, got the hiccups.
No, you're good. 2 games this weekend, like we said, at St. Louis, at Milwaukee.
Yep.
Brandon, these are our final predictions for the year. As we talked about before stream, you beat me 4-1 this past weekend over those 2 games, which pulled you within 10 points. So unless you take clean sweeps, both these games go to overtime, which you predict. You can't tie.
Yeah, participation trophy. Woo! You know what? It wasn't a complete blowout, so I will take that much because at least I made it somewhat interesting towards the end, kinda, sorta. It wasn't like, I mean, it wasn't like, what? How many points do we have? You said we have, like 10 between us, but yeah, there we go. It's the bonus round. Points are now tripled.
No, this is not whose line / make some noise. These points are not made up. We agreed on rules, and they will stand.
Who needs rules? But what is the points anyway? Like
36-26.
Okay, so at least it's not like 46-16.
No.
At least like he made it a little interesting. But not really.
Yeah. I mean, when you break it down, it's like every game, because we often agreed on the outcome.
Yeah.
You voided one of those, and a lot of times we had very similar goal differentials.
Mm-hmm.
So out of the potential 5 points, we averaged basically like 2.5 points per game.
Yeah.
because we voided two of them so often.
We did.
All right, final two games at St. Louis. I think this weekend is going to wholly depend on. It doesn't look like Wilkins traveling with the team.
Nope.
So
Probably no Wancho either because he wasn't even there for our final home game.
mhm. So the question becomes: is Heiner House back in goal?
Andrew Taylor, play him. Just play him. Like, I hate that I'm saying this, but what's the worst that can happen? Like, just play him.
I don't know. You get shut out or lose by 15 points. Oh wait.
Yeah, there's no reason to not give him some M1 experience. Just
Mhm.
just play him.
Unless let's see what the M2 schedule looks like.
I just meant he wasn't on the field. Just saying to Huber in the chat, saying that Wancho was there, just didn't play. I meant like he wasn't there on the field. I figured he probably was in the building, but just wasn't playing. So that was kind of my takeaway is like he wasn't playing. Which fair point. Maybe he just doesn't want to get injured because he doesn't want to have something happen for his off season.
Okay, so Krajicnik's off this weekend.
No, okay.
They do have 3 games left, but they're all road games.
Oh, okay.
One against the Heat, who is the only team that they have lost to this year, and then 2 against Spice City, who they just beat 7-6 yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah. So how do we see this game going, Brandon? Because at this point, I'm thinking like St. Louis is going to be gunning for that top seed. Utica has nothing to play for except spoiler, and they had that opportunity on Sunday, and we saw how that went.
Yep.
I'm going 9-4 St. Louis.
Ow. Well, actually, that's not even an ow considering the last one.
Yeah, I thought I was being pretty generous.
So 9-4. I'm just gonna throw one out there, and just because I don't want to be more pessimistic than that.
Sure.
Positive. I'm just gonna go one less than you. I'm just gonna say 8-4. I was gonna say 7-4, but I think it'll be closer to the. I think it's gonna be 8-4. That's aggressive. Well, we got 4 the first time we went against them, so, but that was at our home.
I'm thinking they just get a comfy lead, and if Locker's smart, he runs just the back leg and like reserves for the most part of the latter half of the game, especially like in the fourth quarter, where Utica might be able to claw a couple back.
I think what I will say is I think it depends on who we have in goal. If it's Andrew Taylor, I think it's 8-4. If it's Heiner House, I think it's probably like 13-3. I'm just putting that out there now. So that way, if it comes to fruition, I can be like,
I hope it's Heiner House and he plays like he did against Kansas City.
Oh, God.
just to be able to be like, ah ha ha ha.
Jeez.
Of course. All right, and then final game Sunday against Milwaukee.
I just realized we're going against the 2 teams that beat us the worst this season. Hey. Well,
Life's a piece of shit. When you look at it, life's a laugh and death's a joke. It's true. You'll see it's all a show. Keep 'em laughing as you go. Just remember that the last laugh is on you.
Considering now we're going to be going into this game tired, because we're going to have to travel from St. Louis to Panther Arena. We're already going to be tired, and if we have Again, if we have Heiner House in goal, probably not going to be very good. It's probably going to be like a 15-6. Yeah, I'm going to say 15-4. If it's Taylor, I think it's 9-4. I think he keeps it under 10. Yes, I have confidence in Andrew Taylor. I do. I have at least a little bit because he shows a lot of promise. Heiner, I don't have anything to go on except for what we've seen, and what we've seen has not been good.
Yeah, and he has no conflicts of interest with the M2 Iowa Demon Hawks. They don't have a game again until their final one on April 12th. So
I'm going to go with the higher one just because I have a feeling that.
you're saying 15-4?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Um,
I don't want to break a record for them again. And I figure, what the heck? It's the last it's the last game of the season. Might as well make a wild prediction, because my last wild prediction came true.
Well, let's get freaky deaky then. Um, Let me check the MASL schedule because I don't believe the Wave plays before then. They do not.
No, it's literally their only game this weekend. We're the us and the us, the Sockers, and the ambush. Us, the Comets, the Sockers, and the Ambush are the only ones that have 2 games this weekend. Blast, Stars, and Strikers do not have 2 games, and Milwaukee, they all have 1. So 4 teams have 2 games, and did I get that right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 teams have 2 games. 4 teams have 1 game.
All right. Well, I'm going to be slightly less pessimistic. I'm going to say 9-3 Milwaukee.
Oh, so you're going with my other prediction.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. I don't know. We'll see who's in goal. We'll see who travels. We'll see who plays.
I'm just going to say one thing. The main reason why I think that these 2 games are both going to be blowouts is because both teams are going to want to be trying to fight for, again, that top spot and goal differential, because it can make all the difference in the final couple of games, or in the final games. So I think they're going to be fighting tooth and nail for that for those top 2 seeds.
Well then, that's pretty much all we got to talk about tonight. Short one, like we said it was going to be.
Yep.
Not much really to talk about besides those 2 games that we'd rather not talk about. I mean, there was an okay crowd in 72 afterwards, but even that was pretty muted compared to years past. Like, there were open tables.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's just, it's been a bad year, and it sucks. I mean, all you can hope for is that next year's better. I mean, it's like, it's hard to keep faith with the team, just considering how this season went. I mean, I just renewed my tickets. I'm not giving up on these guys by any means ever. But like, this season was not good. It happens. Bad seasons happen. We just got to ride out the bad and enjoy the good. That's it.
Well, Brandon, yeah, I mean, at this point, a lot of it's going to hinge on the next coach, which we won't know about for some time. Whatever time that is, I don't know. They're going to have behind doors meetings, and hopefully it's going to come down to retaining talent and finding more talent. I mean, I don't know if anyone else in anyone in chat is a Syracuse University basketball fan,
Mm.
but they haven't made the tournament in 5 years. They just had back-to-back losing seasons. They fired their coach. Talking with one of the players who is a season ticket holder for Syracuse.
I was going to say one of the Utica players.
Yes, one of the Utica players who's a season ticket for Syracuse. Said he didn't even bother going to a single game this year, which tells you like the state of the fandom for that team.
Yep.
And yet yesterday, news broke on who they're hiring. It's a former player from their championship team who is a legend in his own right, Jerry McNamara.
Mm-hmm.
He was on the coaching staff as an assistant for a few years, left and went to CN. Took over a team that went 4-28 in 23-24, and in 2 years turned them into a tournament team. Turnarounds can happen fast.
Yep.
But the reporters coming out saying sources have said Syracuse is expected to hire Jerry McNamara. You can see the excitement and the hope returning in every one of the comments under there.
Yep, which is good.
The right hiring can fix a lot of things.
Yes, it can.
I guess it's just one thing really quick, which is the jersey update. If you tuned in last week, you heard that I did not catch the part in their whole blurb from the production company that despite being based in Texas and a U.S.-based company, which they proudly touted, their factories are in China. They were in production last week. They exited production. They shipped. It's just a matter of getting them through customs, which not exactly the best time to be doing anything through customs.
Mm.
There's this whole little thing going on in the Middle East. I told you the last thing I ordered that ended up through customs was just a box of markers for work.
Yep.
I got it on Temu really cheap. Not going to pay for those Sharpie prices for something I'm not going to get reimbursed for. And it took almost 2 weeks for them to clear customs.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I wish it would be faster than that. I don't know. 7 to 10 days seems to be the best window. But I can say nothing beyond they're there. They're on their stateside. Now it's up to getting them through check and shipped to me, and then I will divvy them out, package them back up, ship them back out, and then you guys will have them as fast as I can get them to you.
Yeah, so it's not, unfortunately they did not make it for the final game like we were hoping, or for the final home game like we were hoping, but they are on their way, and we will make sure that they get to where they need to be.
Yes. Yeah, I'm disappointed. I'd very much like mine.
Yeah.
I went with the Ted Lasso name on the back. Not Lasso. Number 6. He's here. He's there. He's there.
Roy Kent. Roy Kent.
Yeah.
As soon as you started singing it, I'm like, yes. I went weird. I put my last name on the back, but I couldn't figure out what number I wanted. So I went with the Pokemon 94, which is Gengar. So I was like,
okay.
I was like, like I said, my Utica Club one was 08, which was the same number
class.
that Reinhardt has on his armor from Overwatch. This one, I was like, I don't really play Overwatch anymore, so I'm not going to use 08 08 again. And I didn't want to do a player because that's just kind of not to scare Tammy or anything, but I don't want to put a player's name or number on my jersey because then they'd be gone. So, I didn't want to put somebody a player's name or number on my jersey, so that's why I just was like, you know what, I'm gonna find a Pokemon, and I saw that Gengar was 94. I'm like, I like Gengar. I'm a big fan of Gengars. So
I
went with
like
that.
the explanation because it was way out there and I had no idea what it was for. I'm like, is it a football player or
I mean,
something?
I've
Or...
literally got a
I got a
stone.
Bulbasaur one of those somewhere.
I've got a. I think I have a Bulbasaur around here somewhere myself. But anyway, yeah, I just got a big rock of Gengar. So
Brandon, which Pokemon is the first?
number 1 in the Pokedex.
Now, it's a trick question. You have the first coded, you have the first drawn, you have the first in
God.
universe, and the first in the Pokedex.
I mean, I saw a video the other day of people being asked what the first one in the Pokedex was, and only one person in the video
It's
could figure it out.
Bulbasaur,
Yeah, I know.
the goat. I figured that'd be decisive enough.
Yeah, I didn't have a rebuff for that one.
Now we'll be back next week. We'll do a quick recap. And then I don't know. Head into the off season and await coaching,
Yep.
and then see what the off season does. I mean, I mentioned it on stream earlier. I almost didn't bring the show back this year.
Mm-hmm.
What happens in the off season, not just for the team, but for like our personal lives, can play a big role in that.
Yeah. Yep. No, I mean, life happens. That's just
Yeah.
what it boils down to. So never know what the future holds, but
Yeah, I don't want to make that commitment in March when November is a long way away.
yeah. Yep.
But we appreciate your support. We appreciate anyone that tuned in. Appreciate any of you that just have stuck with us through these years.
Yep.
Going back to pre-COVID when out of the blue randomly, I think I texted you, Brandon, was like, hey, I want to do a podcast about Utica soccer. Do you and Michelle want to join?
Yep. Yeah, that
Before-
was. I had no interest in podcasting then. I mean, I was doing the streaming stuff, but
Yeah.
like, I don't know. It just wasn't ever on my radar to do a sports-based podcast. It's been fun.
Yes. And I know how it goes. I've been had been listening to a Yankees podcast since they started in 2015, and they announced last fall that they were not going to be coming back. Life, kids, things, and they also said the state of the team. They're tired of getting on and saying the same thing show after season after season.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was fun at one point, and it stopped being fun. And there's like a 3.5 hour episode where they just took like letters and voicemails from fans and reacted to them. And I haven't listened to it yet because despite baseball season starting Wednesday,
Mm-hmm.
it feels like I'm saying goodbye to a friend.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. No, I mean, maybe it could very well come down to the coach. I mean, if the coach really kind of revitalizes things for me, then, or I shouldn't say for me, but you never know. I mean, it could come down to just something simple like the coaching announcements.
Yeah.
I mean, if that blows us out of the water, then that could revitalize things for next season. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. And I mean, roster turnover.
Yeah.
New coach, you're generally going to see like 50+%.
Yep.
So, I mean, I can key in on like 6 to 10 guys that I would bring back without a second thought. And some of those are acknowledging that they're going to be part-time players.
Yeah.
Stepping into that more veteran off the field leadership.
Yep.
But we'll just have to wait and see. Hopefully that announcement comes before too late into the summer, because if Utica wants to really drive their season ticket renewals, you're going to have to get the fans excited somehow, some way.
Yeah, you definitely gotta do something to get the fans engaged. And drive. I mean, I've said this privately, but I mean, I think that the coach announcement may make or break some season ticket holders on whether they renew. I mean, that's just the honesty of it. So there could be a lot hinging on that just for the organization. But I don't know. I already renewed, so I'm not going anywhere.
It's all good, my guy. It's all good. All right. Well, Brandon, that's it for us this week. We'll be back, like we said, next week, do those final recaps. I don't think there's a point recapping the season. We know how it went.
Yeah. There was some good moments, but for the most part, it was
we don't need to
a season that we'd like
that pain.
A season that we'd like to leave in the past.
I've been on teams that went 2-18 3 years in a row. I don't like thinking about that. I don't want to do that for a team that went 5-19.
Hey, you know what though? Positive takeaway. We didn't have to fight for one win. We at least got that done early. Fairly early. Getting a couple wins on the board. So they may have come in overtime, but we still got some wins.
Detroit Lions or
I was thinking Rochester.
Yeah, they did get that one win.
Yes, exactly.
Before COVID.
We did not have to do that.
Yeah.
We did not have to fight for that single win. We at least got there, and we had some good moments. We had some firsts. It was an okay season, just not one that we want to remember in the long term.
It's one that you hope lessons are taken from and
yes,
move on.
Yep.
All right, well, until next week, he's Brandon. I'm Matt. And as always, go Utica.
Or try.
Thank you for listening to the Keeper's Corner podcast on whatever podcast app you use. Please make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. If you'd like to interact with us, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, and Twitter or X, whatever you prefer to call it. We have a TeePublic shop where you can get UCFC player swag or help support the podcast. Thank you. We appreciate it. And one last thing, go Utica City.